Quick Theo lore dump. I was a nerd at an early age. I know, surprise, right? This guy, a nerd, couldn't be. My family recognized that I was a nerd. And my grandmother worked at an office building as like a front desk person. And the office she worked at happened to be shared with a company called Sierra. Not like the big Sierra publisher company, but a small studio within Sierra that was making a game that will always be very important to me. That game is Empire Earth. Empire Earth was a real-time strategy game. I guess Mad Doc was technically the studio that I got to see, but Stainless Steel is the name that I'm most familiar with. I got to go to the Stainless Steel Studios game studio when I was very young, like maybe 10 years old, and got to see how they were building games. And I got to see somebody working on a video game, able to like change textures and seeing like a 3D asset that they were working on and able to like, I remember vividly, like they clicked the shield, they clicked the texture and they changed it to the color red. So it was like a bright red to show that they were editing things to show off for me. And it was so cool seeing something I loved so much, video games, being like decomposed in that way and like broken into pieces so I could see how it was put together. And that was like a huge formative moment for me that I've kind of been chasing since. Like the magic of seeing something you loved, which was for me video games, taken apart and rebuilt like that was so cool. And the game they were working on at the time, sadly, was, I believe, the end of the studio. They were working on Empire's Dawn of the Modern World, which was a spiritual successor to what they were doing with Empire Earth. And it was a little too focused on being like minimal and realistic when at the time RTS games were getting a little more chaotic and spacey, especially with like StarCraft 2 and shit happening. But I got to see a really early build of this and see how they were building it, got an early copy, and even had the founder, Rick Goodman, sign a little globe that I think I still have at my parents' house of like Empire's Dawn of the Modern World. It was so cool. I'm so lucky I got to hang out with Stainless Steel as a 10-year-old. And I don't know if I'd even be doing this shit today if it wasn't for them. So if somehow this message makes it to Rick Goodman, to any of the people who are at Stainless Steel, that let my grandmother bring a really excited gamer nerd kid and check things out, thank you. I actually don't know if I'd be here without you guys. It is what it is. Appreciate y'all immensely. Keep making games, keep making kids excited. You have no idea how that might affect their careers forever.